If you've ever walked into your garden excited to see healthy, thriving plants only to find leaves eaten full of holes or covered in powdery fungus, you know that sinking feeling. Pests and fungal diseases can undo months of hard work in just a few days, leaving crops stressed, stunted and sometimes destroyed. The good news is you don't need expensive store-bought chemicals to protect your plants. There's a simple, proven homemade spray that works wonders against both pests and leaf fungus, and it can be made with ingredients you probably already have in your kitchen. This guide will take you step by step through how to make the spray, why it works, how to apply it effectively, and the results you can expect. Whether you are a beginner gardener or a seasoned grower, this is a powerful natural solution you'll want in your gardening toolbox. Chemical pesticides and fungicides can seem like a quick fix, but they often come with hidden downsides. They leave residues on vegetables and herbs you plan to eat. They wipe out not only harmful pests, but also beneficial insects like ladybugs and bees. Over time, pests can even develop resistance to these chemicals, making them less effective. Homemade sprays, on the other hand, are safe, affordable, and eco-friendly. You control the ingredients so you know exactly what's going on your crops. Most importantly, when used correctly, these natural mixes actually work. They target the pests and fungi without harming your soil, your plants, or your health. The backbone of this spray is a mix of baking soda, vegetable oil, liquid dish soap, and water. Each of these ingredients plays a vital role, and together they create a solution that can stop powdery mildew in its tracks, while repelling or even killing soft-bodied pests like aphids, spider mites and whiteflies. Here's the exact formula. 1 tablespoon of baking soda, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, 1 teaspoon of mild liquid dish soap, 1 litre of clean water. Mix the ingredients thoroughly in a clean spray bottle, shaking well to combine. Always make a fresh batch when you plan to spray, since the solution can lose effectiveness if stored for too long. Each ingredient in this formula has a specific job. Baking soda changes the pH on the surface of leaves, creating conditions where fungi like powdery mildew and black spot cannot survive. Vegetable oil coats and suffocates small pests that cling to leaves, stopping them from feeding and reproducing. Dish soap helps break down the protective coatings of insects and also acts as a surfactant, allowing the spray to spread evenly across leaf surfaces rather than beading up and running off. Finally, water dilutes the mix to a safe concentration for plants while helping deliver the active ingredients exactly where they are needed. This combination makes the spray powerful enough to deal with 2 of the biggest problems gardeners face, fungal diseases and sap-sucking pests, without being harsh or toxic. Timing is everything when it comes to spraying plants. The best time to apply is in the early morning or late afternoon when the sun is not too strong. Spraying under intense midday sun can cause the solution to act like a magnifying glass, leading to leaf burn. Choose a calm day with little or no wind, so the spray lands where it should instead of drifting away. Make sure to cover the plant thoroughly, spraying both the top and underside of leaves. Pests often hide on the undersides, and fungal spores can linger in hard-to-see places. The goal is an even coating, not dripping wet leaves. For fungal problems like powdery mildew, spray once every 7 days until the infection clears. For pests like aphids or spider mites, apply every 3 to 4 days until you no longer see signs of infestation. After heavy rains, reapply the spray, since water can wash away the protective coating. While this spray is generally safe for most garden plants, it's always wise to test it first. Spray a small section of one plant and wait 24 hours. If there's no damage, you can confidently spray the rest of your crop. Different plants can react differently, especially tender-leaved varieties, so testing ensures you don't accidentally stress your plants. Powdery mildew is one of the most common fungal diseases gardeners face. It shows up as white, powdery spots on leaves, stems and flowers, and if left untreated, it spreads quickly, draining energy from your plants. This spray is particularly effective against it because the baking soda raises the leaf surface pH, creating an environment the mildew cannot tolerate. With weekly applications, you can stop the spread, help plants recover, and prevent reinfection. For best results, begin spraying as soon as you notice the first signs of mildew. Few things are as frustrating as colonies of aphids clustering on tender new shoots or spider mites webbing across leaves. These pests suck sap from your plants, weakening them and sometimes spreading disease. The oil and soap in this spray are a natural answer. When applied directly to the pests, the oil coats their bodies and blocks their breathing pores. The soap breaks down their protective waxy coating, leaving them vulnerable. Within hours of treatment, you'll notice a sharp reduction in pest activity. For larger infestations, stay consistent. Repeated sprays every few days ensure you break the pest life cycle by targeting not just adults, but also newly hatched nymphs. One of the underrated benefits of homemade sprays is that they don't just fight problems, they help you maintain healthier plants overall. By keeping pests and fungi in check, your plants are less stressed and can devote more energy to growth, flowering and fruiting. Unlike harsh chemicals that can damage soil microbes, these natural ingredients are gentle on the ecosystem, ensuring your garden stays balanced and fertile. Even natural sprays should be used wisely, you know. Over-application can still stress your plants, especially delicate ones like lettuce or herbs with those thin leaves. So stick to the recommended dilution and don't be tempted to make the mix any stronger. More is not always better in gardening. Also, remember that while this spray is safe for humans, you should still rinse edible crops before harvesting and eating them. A quick wash in clean water ensures no residue remains. While this spray is excellent at stopping pests and fungus, prevention is always better than cure. Keep your garden healthy by watering at the base of plants instead of overhead, since that reduces humidity on leaves where fungi just love to thrive. Space your plants well to improve air circulation, prune regularly, and remove infected leaves as soon as you spot them. When you combine these practices with your homemade spray, you'll build a resilient, thriving garden that can withstand many common threats. Gardeners who switch to homemade sprays often find they save money, avoid exposing themselves to harsh chemicals, and honestly see better results over time. It's empowering to know you can tackle common garden problems with a simple mix you made yourself. And perhaps most satisfying of all, you can enjoy your harvest knowing it's clean, safe and chemical-free. Pests and fungal diseases don't have to win in your garden. With this simple homemade spray, just baking soda, oil, soap and water, you have a natural, effective and affordable weapon at your disposal. It's easy to mix, safe to use, and powerful enough to protect your crops from two of the most common gardening challenges. Try it out this season and watch your plants bounce back stronger, healthier and more productive. And if you found this guide helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Growth Hub Central Crops and share this video with fellow gardeners. Together, we can grow greener, healthier gardens, one homemade solution at a time.